Hello, bleeders. Today we're going to be talking about a very controversial subject. Um, I mean, yeah, there's just get right on it. It's Ghost in the Shell, and there was whitewashing. It's a problem. It's a huge problem in Hollywood. It's going to continue to probably be a huge problem because Hollywood is run by people who don't give a shit. They only care about box office receipts, which is why ultimately we all need to acknowledge that it wasn't a case of them preferring a white actor. It's a case of them going after who they think will sell tickets. So they chose Scarlett Johansson. There were better actresses for this role. By far. Hell, there were better white actresses for this role. I've defended Scarlett Johansson in the past because I've actually seen her in some good roles. I'm just going to come right out and say it. This wasn't one. For all the shitstorm about this movie, people who came out in defense of her casting really shouldn't have bothered. Um, I'm just gonna be upfront about this. The movie was fine. It really was. It wasn't terrible. It it was a little confusing when you compare it to the original movie because what the filmmakers did was try to make a combination of the original comic, the TV series, and the original animated film all in one thing together, and it's very weird. But I mostly feel like they were trying to take from the original animated film, which is fairly obvious in the fact that they do actually recreate, shot for shot, some of the scenes from the original animated film. But the problem is, Scarlett Johansson did not give a good enough performance to back up the role of Major Kusanagi. I should say Murray. Oh, fuck me. So, I want to get some minor things over it. Alright. Everyone knows I wasn't really feeling the casting for Bato. Bato is actually my favorite character in Ghost in the Shell. The entire franchise. Love the character. Always loved his characterization. I like the original voice actor from Japan. I like the original the acting from the various anime dubs. I just like the character all around. And I didn't think this actor really looked the part from the initial stuff we were shown. He was fine. I mean, he wasn't amazing, and he definitely didn't fit my vision I've always had of Bato. I don't think he really fit anyone's vision that they had of Bato. But it's fine. There were some off moments with him where it kind of made it look like he had, I don't know, a fake forehead. There's moments where it feels like he has a headpiece on, like an extra head extension, and it looks really weird. And it kind of took me out of that for a bit. I mean, there's definitely parts in this movie where it kind of takes you out of it. Uh, and of course, the other big flub as far as casting goes, in my opinion, where we got a 27-year-old character played by a 47-year-old actor. Again, he didn't give a terrible performance, but it was very distracting if you're a fan because all you're thinking is, wow, he's old. Why is he so old now? He is 20 years older than he's supposed to be, and you can tell. Like, wow, you can tell. Wow. Not a bad actor, but I still feel like he's miscast. That's all I can think. So, I don't know, man. Everybody else was fine, though. It's fine. Takeshi Kitano was amazing. Fucking beat Takeshi. Wow. Fucking Kitano-sama, you awesome! Knock that shit out the park. Before anyone asks, I don't even like sriracha. This was a gift from my sister. I kind of like the shirt. Feels good. I like wearing it. I just don't eat sriracha. I'm one of the only people, I guess, who doesn't like sriracha. I'll wear the shirt though. But let's get back into the problem. The big, massive problem with the movie. Because as I said, the movie on the whole is perfectly fine. It's got some really good effects work. The writing wasn't terrible. Most of the actors were good. The problem is our lead. Because I don't know what the problem was with Scarlett Johansson, but she seemed to perform this role as if she thought the character was supposed to be robotic and not just a woman who's in a robot body. Basically, what I'm saying is that Scarlett Johansson acts like a robot. Her acting is very robotic, very monotone, very lifeless. And it's so distracting. Like, wow, is it distracting? Especially when she has scenes with other people who have clear life to them, and then she's just so utterly lifeless in her performance that it's honestly kind of sad. In the aftermath of it all I could think of is how there are so many much better actresses who could have played this role, who probably could have done it much better justice. Nationality be damned, ethnicity be damned. Any woman of any color probably could have played this role better. I don't know what went through Scarlett's mind or if it was the director input, but something was very off, and I just wasn't feeling it. If I was to give this movie a star rating, it would probably be out of 5 stars, maybe 2.5, simply because I feel like Scarlett Johansson's performance dragged the entire movie down. Before, I would have given it maybe 3.5, 4 stars, but she dragged it down so much that I can't even give it that. Like, the entire thing felt very monotonous, which is weird to say because the movie's beautiful. It is a beautiful film. It is great to look at. Like, if you were to mute it and just look at it, beautiful movie. Completely. Just like pure art. I just couldn't feel it, though. I just was not into it. I can't really call it a letdown, though, because I didn't really have high hopes for the movie going into it. Like, anytime they do make an animated, or anytime they make a movie based off of Japanese animation, it's usually not going to turn out well. Even movies based off of Japanese comics, it's not going to turn out well usually. Like, offhand, I think the best examples are probably like, like of movies that I enjoyed. Like in Fist of the North Star, The Guyver. That's pushing it though. I enjoy The Guyver on a bad movie level. The effects, the makeup effects in that movie are great. Phenomenal. Everything else is cheesy. But that's what I liked about it. I like it because it's cheesy. I honestly feel like Fist of the North Star is kind of a legitimately good post-apocalyptic movie, honestly. Um, yeah. Uh, Anything else like that? I mean, could Devilman maybe? It wasn't terrible. It was based off of a comic and anime too, so it wasn't terrible. I remember the CGI in Devilman being really good, which a lot of Japanese CGI is usually pretty damn good. I don't know. It's hard. It really is. I feel like if they're going to make movies like that based off of an anime from Japan, they're better off letting the Japanese do it. Then again, it does look a little weird when they make movies and then they cast characters that are clearly white people as Japanese people. But on the flip side, well, we have this movie where they're doing the exact same thing. So, I mean, yeah, it's racist either way, but, it's at least it's from the home country, I guess. I don't know. It's not all right either way, but it happens. Nobody's perfect in this situation. No one's innocent. Fucking Hollywood's terrible. The Japanese equivalent is clearly not much better in the situations. A lot of Japanese people were okay with them casting a white actress for an Asian character, which is weird. Which, yeah, of course they are. The Japanese people fucking fetishize white people. Like, do people here not realize that they fetishize the fuck out of us, out of our society? It's really weird. Oh my god. You ever hear some people talking about how you go as a guy to like Japan, as an American, you would easily get lots and lots of like women? It's because they fetishize us. We're a fetish. Fetish. It's like fucking guys here going, "Oh, I've got the yellow fever." Fucking racial fetishes. It's fucked up, but it's a thing. It's a thing that exists there and exists here, and it's all fucked up, but people do it. So, yeah. And, whitewashing, that's kind of symptomatic in a way. It's like a weird reversal. Like, oh yeah, it's okay to fap to them, but no, we don't want to hire them to do an actual movie. Fucking shit. It's headache inducing. Uh, I'm talking about this in the aftermath of a certain article I wrote about the Death Note movie. And some people were asking me, how could I defend the Death Note movie and then shit on this movie? Like, say this movie doesn't really fill me with hope. Alright, number one, I didn't shit on this movie. I sort of did while reviewing it now. But that's because this movie legitimately does have problems, namely the lead actress's performance. But I don't shit on any movie until I've seen it. Alright? Do you understand that? I don't judge something until I have seen it. Do we get this? It's simple as that. If you judge something before watching it, you're going in with not all the information. You're going in with a biased point of view, most likely, because you're basing it off of a vague idea of what the finished product is. That's why I kind of hate knee-jerk reactions like what happened with the Death Note preview trailer. Um, People automatically are throwing it under the bus. I watched the trailer. It shows a lot of promise. It was legitimately creepy in parts. It has a hell of a cast, and I am hoping that it's going to be good. The uh, Gaijin Kumba, Gaijin Goomba. I have a hard time with words sometimes. Gaijin Goomba recently did a video where he talked about the Death Note controversy. And he talked about the fact that at its heart, Death Note is a morality tale. And that's true. It is a story about whether it's moral to kill in favor of justice. The main character believes he's doing the right thing, but is he? That's the question left to the audience. It's left for you to decide. It's left for you to decide on a level, just like it's left for the main character to decide whether he's doing something good or bad, whether the ends justify the means. Yes, he's killing bad people, but is it okay to just take that law into your hand? Is it okay to go off and kill bad people, especially the way he's doing it? And then Death Note, as a series, got to a point where he wasn't just killing bad people. He was killing people to protect himself. There's a line, and that's what it asks you. It asks you where the line is. When does it stop being all right? When is it no longer okay? I'm looking forward to the movie because I really enjoyed the Death Note series. I actually didn't read all of the comic, but I really enjoyed the anime. I am hoping that the movie will be good. And the reason why it doesn't bother me that they're taking that particular series and making it into a live-action movie here in America is because a morality tale is not necessarily defined as something that can only exist in one country. Like I said in my article on the subject, the story of Death Note can still be told regardless of where it is, regardless of who's cast as what. And it's not an all-white cast. It's not a case where we've got actors who may not be good. These are good actors they've got cast for the Death Note cast. So I am willing to give it the benefit of the doubt right up until I see it. I will give it every benefit of the doubt, and I feel like other people need to too. Judge a movie based on the movie, not based on preconceived notions. It's the same problem that happened with other movies. A particular movie that got a lot of bros pissed off on the internet and got me some death threats. Not that I'm a stranger to death threats. I got them over lots of things. I got them over Batman vs. Superman, Passion of the Christ, Cabin Fever. Yeah, Cabin Fever. I got threats over the Cabin Fever remake as if I'd been talking about the original. As if I was shitting on Eli Roth. Which, don't get me wrong, I will take every opportunity I have to shit on Eli Roth and to answer anybody who's been wondering this, because I have gotten a few questions about this. Yes, I will be covering some Eli Roth films this year. It's finally going to happen. Oh yeah. Big Brian going to tear into that shit. It's going to happen. And it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt a lot. I'm not looking forward to it. But yeah, there you go. That's my opinion on the movie. It's not the best movie. It's an okay movie. It's the sort of movie that I would say is maybe worth a rent. I would not recommend seeing it in theaters, especially not at full price. Maybe the matinee. But overall, I still feel disappointed. It still doesn't live up to the original film or the things that have come after it. Any of the films that have come after the original film, the show that came after the original film, which I honestly is my favorite thing Ghost in the Shell related. I really liked Standalone Complex. And coming off of all of that, this movie is especially a huge letdown. On its own merits, again, it's fine. It's okay, but it's nothing phenomenal. Like, if you judged it on its own merits, it would just seem like, oh, hey, look, here's another Blade Runner. Only the actor that leads the movie is not nearly as compelling as the actor from Blade Runner. So, yeah, it's just not great. Sorry. Sorry to all you Ghost in the Shell live action fans. I just didn't feel it. I just didn't. I'm sorry. I gave it an honest shot. That's all I can do. Yeah. So I'm gonna call it a day here. I don't normally do this, but I'm going to start doing it because someone actually told me I need to start doing this. I want to remind everyone that I have a Patreon, and if you enjoy these shitty little videos that I do, I would appreciate it if you maybe drop me $1. You would help support the actual site. You would help support more of these videos. I would have more money to buy tickets to go see more shitty movies and more good movies. I could actually see all the movies if I got enough money. That is the dream. The really horrifying dream is that eventually I will pull in enough that I can actually go see every single movie that's in theaters and do more of these videos. God help me. We have lots of good rewards on the website. Or not on the website, on Patreon. We have lots of good rewards. I've recently reworked it. So I'd appreciate it. Be able to participate in things like polls in the future. Like, for example, the Eli Roth thing that I brought up. You'll be able to help me decide which Eli Roth movie gets talked about first. God. So you got that to look forward to. As for me, I don't know if I have things to look forward to anymore. That's not true. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 is coming out. I do have something to look forward to. All right. Peace out.